Good evening, guys. I'm Bruno Silva from BMS Precision. Welcome, everyone. If you guys don't know, I work with CNC machines, electronics. I really love air guns. I do competition, field target competition, not seriously now. Yeah, I love 3D printers. I love everything pretty much that is technology, computers. I do computer repairs. I do CNC machining, I do PCB building, build 3D printers, my own machines, you name it, technology, I love it. And I love air guns. So yeah, this is my introduction and let's go into business. Today we are taking a closer look into this little guy. So this is a BMS Precision AP ClockWork Trigger. So that's the name I gave it. It's mine. I like it. So this, as you guys know, the AP 900. It's a cheap gun. Very nice for tinkering, upgrades and shit. That kind of stuff. Amazing. But the trigger is fucking awful. So I made a video before how you can make the trigger better, but still it's not great. It's about, I don't know, 1 kilogram force or more stock. We're gonna check that. The adjustability sucks and the trigger is super simple. So yeah, so I decided to build this thingy. So this thingy, it's a real two-stage trigger, and you can adjust on the bottom there. As you can see, we have like few screws. This one is the spring, the main tension. That one, it's the first stage, second stage, and the last one in the trigger itself, the third one, let's say, or the fourth if you count from there. It's going to be fixed because it's for safety. And then we have a screw that I don't have it fit, but we have a hole there where you can adjust the starting point of the trigger, so the pre-travel of the trigger. This will be direct fit to the gun, no changes needed. You only need to disassemble the whole trigger, the safety, put this thing in, put 2 of the 4 original pins, put the safety, you're on. So today we're gonna show that. I have a completely brand new gun here from a friend, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna test the original trigger, then we're gonna remove it. We're gonna fit this one, we're gonna adjust it because this one it was just built. I haven't messed at all, so it's completely blank in like in the tuning of the screws. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna measure the pull force of this thingy. So I have 2 trigger scales. So this one kinda sucks. It's like it has a big too big of a space here, so I can't use this to measure the original trigger, but I have it here to compare with a new one. So I bought this one like past year or 2 years ago, barely used it, and now this one had arrived. So this one, it's a much cooler one. I bought this from AliExpress, of course, my favorite store, but it's way better. So we have way better system to actually pull the trigger and check the value. So we're gonna check a few stuff on this thingy. We can do it at first. So first we're gonna check how accurate these 2 scales are. Moving on, so I'm not sponsoring it, of course. I bought these with my own money. I actually should have bought a good one way long ago, but I don't need to actually set trigger weights for matches, so I never cared. But it's a good tool to have, and you guys know I love tools. So we're gonna change to the bench, and we go from there. Okay, guys, so first things first. First, we're gonna check how accurate our scale is, and for this we're gonna use this very scientific method. A very highly calibrated scale from Amazon and a super precision calibrated 1 kilo of sugar in a bag. So, I mean, I'm joking. This is just for control purposes. So I'm not sure if this is a kilo. So what I mean to do is I trust way more on a regular scale to actually measure these correctly. That some kind of witchcraft Chinese scale with some kind of Chinese sensor here. Not this is not Chinese, but this is more well established than this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually weight these and compare the values. Okay, so this thingy, it's 1026 grams according to this. I'm not sure. I'm gonna, do I have a hold? No, but I'm gonna tear it. 0. So when I remove it, we should get a negative value. Okay, we lost 1 gram in the process, but shit, yeah, since I can't, yeah, I got the gram back. But trust me, it says, maybe I can put it like there. Not sure if you can see. Yeah, I think you can see barely, but you can. So it says 1025. Plus I take 1 gram. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna test this thingy. So this thingy, I made a hole here previously, and I'm gonna set it, it's set to peak. So I'm gonna lift this thingy, and it's stabilized. I'm gonna drop it, and it says, not sure, it says 0.93 kilograms. So it means, let's see if this thing has grams. No. So it's 930 grams. So we lost like 100 grams on this thingy. Very accurate. So 10%, almost 10%, like 7% or 8% less. So now we're gonna test this one. So this one, I'm gonna put it like that because this thing weights, right? And I'm gonna set it to 0. And we have 0. I'm gonna set it to peak. I'm gonna change the unit because it's in newtons. 130. Yeah, it's roughly. So we are within 5 grams on this thingy. So it's like that. 130. So it's very close. It's within 5 grams. I'm fine with it. Okay, so let's move these out of the way. This thing has air, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually remove the cylinder first. I'm not sponsored at all by Huma, but I like them. I ordered some stuff from there before. and I actually bought these from there. So yeah. Okay, so here I'm just removing the fore end and the tube screws, so I can remove the tube and we don't waste air like while adjusting the cylinder. Nothing fancy, just removing the tube, and that's about it. So now we have no air on it. This thing is super stiff. I'm not used to it anymore because of my mod with the pellet probe. Okay, so let's weight this thingy. So for that, I'm gonna put it like this and pull it like that. So I'm gonna zero it like this. I'm gonna set it to peak. And did I did. And let's see. 400, 500, 600, 7. So first stage it's 80, 11. And so 1267. Let's try another one. Let's do an average. First stage, same 800 and something. 1298. I wasn't in the center of the trigger. Now I am. 1274. So 1282 grams. So that's the pretty much always the same trigger weight. 1000, almost 300 grams. And now let's disassemble the trigger and assemble the new one and do whatsoever. So for removing the trigger, you need like a pin puncher and a little mallet or a hammer. And we're gonna need to remove to install the trigger, the BMSP ClockWork Trigger. We need to remove all the pins and pay attention in the direction. So you should remove them. They are knurled, the pins are knurled on one side. You should remove them from the safety button down. So you put the safety button up and you hammer them down. First time you remove these may be a little difficult. And yeah, I'm gonna just remove them all. Don't care. So the front bottom one removes the actual trigger. We're gonna need the trigger blade for the BMSP trigger. So I'm gonna remove it right now. You need a 1.5 Allen for that. And this is off. This one is just we're gonna need it actually. The longer one and the backwards one. The one on top, it's upside down. It's supposed to be on top. So the more to the back, we're gonna need that hole and the bigger one. The others we don't need. The other two. And we should have another piece in there. Goes there. And now we need to remove the safety. We need a 2mm Allen key for that. So this one is where the spring detent is. It's the longer screw. I've done this so many times. I can do it pretty much with my eyes closed. And a smaller one is the one on the button, and we're gonna just pull everything together. Let me try to show it. Everything together, because this thing has a spring and a ball in it. that's indexing the ball is there on the shaft, and there's a spring on this black aluminum part. So I'm going to provide parts which, because some people asked if I could, I'm sorry, some people asked if I could provide covers in case you don't want to install the safety. So why not? Just a couple of 3D printed parts. And I actually have some, but they are not, I need to do one adjustment and I haven't done it yet. So it's just a black plastic cover you put in here, and with a screw is there. On this side it's just an O-ring. It's just a piece with an O-ring that holds it in place. Just pull it in, done. If you don't want safety. Some countries require the guns to have safety, some not. And anyway, that's it. Okay, as you can see, very simple. Now to install the ClockWork Trigger, it's super simple as well. This big hole in here, the through hole, is for the safety, so that one goes to the back. You just insert it from under. Let's put it like this, like that. And first you're going to put the back pin. I'm not going to hammer it in, I don't need to. It's a good idea to actually do a little chamfer. If you have like a power drill or just a file or even a piece of sandpaper, ideally what you want is a power drill and a piece of sandpaper, and you just do it like a chamfer, a little chamfer. Not need much, but just to find the way better for the pins. What I meant there is you put the pin in a power drill and you use a little piece of sandpaper. You rotate the pin in the sandpaper in order to chamfer it. Just it. Okay, so install the second one. To install the second one, I just barely put that one in. Now you won't be able to push the front one into position. You need to press the trigger and then press it into position. It will disengage the trigger and it will allow the second pin to go into position. And this one should be good as well. So that's done. The trigger, I haven't pushed the pins full in because, okay, so as I was saying, I didn't hammer the pins full down because I don't need to. I'm not pushing these all the way because I'm gonna need to remove it. This trigger won't be on this gun. So yeah. Okay, so we have the trigger installed. Let me roughly attune the trigger. So right now I'm just adjusting first and second stage screws in order to roughly tune the trigger, and that's about it. We are there. I'm gonna put the blaze. Okay, actually I'm impressed. We have the spring coming back already. So we have the first stage there. Very predictable. And then we have the shoot. And the trigger is falling. It's going back. So it means I can unscrew this screw a little bit. So that's the tension. Oh, it's much lighter. Okay, let's say it's good. I'm gonna call it good actually, because it's pretty solid. Maybe the improvements that I made. Okay, I lost. Okay, I need a little more. So this is a brand new trigger, so it's normal that some parts wear in the first few shots. And I forgot to put Loctite on the screws, which it's not the greatest idea. Yeah, okay, I need a little more in here. Yeah, okay, we are good. We are good. First stage and shot. Okay, so we are very good. So I'm gonna do the test again. Same story. And let's see where the trigger pull is now. So I'm gonna zero it in this position. I'm gonna set the unit to kilograms and peak, and let's see. First stage 400 grams, 498 for the first shot. 400 gram on first stage, 460 the shot. Let's try again. 400 the first stage, 500 grams. Well, I'm not used to this scale anyway, so there may be a little of user error. 419, 450 the shot. Let me see if I can get some consistency. 429. I'm pretty sure this is about the position that I'm setting in on the 450 on the trigger blade. Pretty sure 400 the first stage, 443. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm getting way more consistency now that I'm making sure I'm putting it in the same. 435 for the camera, 450, 433. So yeah, so this is on a stock gun, and now this is the worst condition because it's a super strong spring, and the main spring, the hammer spring, actually stresses the trigger, the whole trigger group. So the lighter the spring you have in the hammer, the lighter you can get the trigger. So yeah, so I'm gonna get a tuned gun. I'm gonna remove this trigger, and actually the other gun has a previous version of this one, which is very good already, and I want to test it with this scale, and I'm gonna test if there's a difference from the old one to this one. I'm pretty sure they are very similar, but I'm going to remove this trigger and we're going to use it on the other gun to test to see the difference, if we get any difference at all. So yeah, let's go. So the average was 450 grams. We had a bunch of 450, some 430. So that's pretty much the match weight for pistol in 10 meters. So ESSF 10 meters, that's the limit. So I'm going to remove this guy. Okay, so here we are just removing the trigger from the gun, and I'm removing the stock from the new gun, and we're going to test the trigger. Okay, so let's see how this trigger behaves. So this one is 380, first stage 300, 350, so 330 on first stage, 350. Guys, this pellet probe, it's cheating. It's so smooth compared to original. 325 first stage, 350, 345. So as you guys can see, this little girl is at 345 grams, and it feels amazing. Let's check that trigger directly in here to see if we have any difference. I'm going to remove the safety first. Okay, let me see if everything looks good. Yep. So without any adjustments, let's see if there's any difference, just because of it shouldn't have any difference right now. But let's see. So 384, 478, 426 the first stage, 479. So it's roughly the same. 400 first stage, 448, 476, 470. So now I'm just gonna adjust the springer tension like 2 turns. The spring tension, the main, and I still have completely full recovery of the trigger. So let's do a little more. I still have, so I can't lose it anymore. The only way to make it softer, it's changing to weaker springs on the trigger, which I might do. Yeah, I'm roughly the same, so I'm pretty much at minimum trigger weight. 429. So actually I'm a little softer. 400 first stage. 416. Actually we are a little softer. So 388 first stage. 410. Yeah, we are definitely a little softer. 396 first stage. 332. 432, sorry. So yeah, we are pretty much fine-tuned at this. So what we can conclude is, from the factory trigger, we go from about 1300 grams, so 1 kilo and 300 grams. And with this one, we can get down to about 350 grams. Probably we can go even further down, changing the inside springs. For those who want to mess with it and want extreme light triggers, I think about 500 grams it's a nice trigger for general purpose. It's not a nice trigger, a very good trigger for shooting purposes. Of course, for competition, you may want something like 150 grams, 200 grams maximum, something like that. This is not a competition gun, let's be honest. I think for tinkering, for just plinking, even hunting, you don't want a super soft trigger, because you can just, a branch can touch the trigger and the shot will go off, something like that. So, and you want something where you want to feel the trigger a little bit, maybe a little cold, and your fingers are cold, and you need some more sensitivity. So yeah, I think for 300 to 500 grams, it's a good weight for a general purpose trigger. And this one, so we are basically making it 3 times better, or 3 times lighter with this mod. It's expensive mod, but this is an expensive piece. This takes a lot of work, trust me. Trade takes a lot of work to, and I'm not winning that much money as you guys may think when I'm selling these triggers or the price they are, because it's more like a favor to the community that I'm selling the trigger at that price than to actually earn money. Of course I need to earn something, but it's not that much. It takes me a long time to make I'm even considering having like a premium version which is all end polished and whatsoever, and a cheaper version that's just straight out of the machine, of course pre-assembled but not polished, not anything, just not even pre-assembled, because it really needs to be polished and sanded and whatsoever before assembly. But I'm not sure yet, because I really like to calibrate to guarantee the quality. I really need to calibrate to do it myself, because I know what I'm doing, and do all the polishing and whatsoever. And yeah, what I can do, I can provide 2 sets of springs for an extra, and like you can then, according to your gun and your taste, switch some springs to weaker and lighter in order to make the trigger maximum lightness. This is going to be the standard setup that I'm going to sell, because it works with the stock. That's what I was worrying. It works with the stock setup. That's what I want. I want something that works with a gun out of the box, because you are not obliged to change your hammer. I really advise to, but you don't need to. So just for finishing, I'm going to remove this unit from here, because I want my old unit back. Not because it's better, it's just because it's a previous generation or a previous version, and I don't want to sell any previous version to anyone. The latest and greatest, that's what we want. So like that, I can hammer it in now. Yeah, this thing is so soft already, because it's been on and off so many times. Good. Which one is mine? I think it's the one with blue. No, it's not this one, it's this one. Yeah. It's the same, to be honest, but okay. So to install the trigger, that's what I wanted to show. Let me put this aside. So to install the trigger, as like I said, you just need, let me maybe, yeah. Okay, you just need this pin and this one. So it's the forward one and the backwards one, the two on the top. More to the back, more to the top, more to the front, more to the top. So for installing the safety, I really advise to put a drop of some grease, some thick grease on the ball bearing or the sphere detent, because this thing has 2 detents for the spring. You choose one, doesn't matter which one. You put a drop of grease there, and it will hold the spring in place, the ball bearing in place. Then you put the spring inside here, you push them together like that, you put in the shaft in, and you drop them all together like that. Simple. practice makes it easier as well, but it's simple. You put in the longer screw here, like that. Make sure this one is. Then go to the back. You put in the button. You can see the trigger if it shoots or not. It doesn't. If it blocks or not, and like right now it's loose, so it means it's in the firing position. So we're gonna put in the button in the firing position, not this one, this one. We are on, like that. And yeah, that's the installment. And you put in the blade if you haven't already, because you're gonna need the original blade. And there we go. If we put it on safety, it won't shoot. If we put it on fire, it goes off. Like that. And let me put in the front camera. That's it, guys. I think it's a great mod. Not a cheap one, but like everything great. Like one of my favorite quotes from Yellowstone, the show. Cheap shit ain't cool, and cool shit ain't cheap. So that's exactly like that. It's a lot of work, and it is what it is. So we pass from 1250 to 1300 grams to 350, 400, well, 350 to 500 somewhere. If we really want to tweak it, probably we can get under 300 from what I've seen now. So I mean, it's awesome. It's like 3 to 4 times less weight than the original. Super predictable, super adjustable, and it is what it is. If you want, you want. If you don't, you don't. It is what it is. It's like everything. So thank you guys for watching, and have a great night. And I'm gonna edit this shit now, and see you soon. Bye bye, and thank you for watching.